Hi, my name is Deedee Cheriel, and I am a co-curator of the show subJECT. And we're doing it at Subliminal Projects. It's a charity fundraiser for the Downtown Women's Center here in Los Angeles, and it's an aim to bring not only women artists up to a different, give them a platform, but also women with even less resources, a platform, and a voice. I showed with Subliminal Projects probably 2 years ago, and Amanda at the time was saying she would like to include more women in the shows here. And so basically I had it in the back of my head. I wanted to do a show of women artists and give women who have not shown in galleries more of a voice. So it's really great to have Swoon and Liz McGrath and Mel Cadell, Kimi Buzelli all showing, but it's also nice to have artists like Jessie Spears and Mona and Meryl Smith, people who haven't shown as much before, who have great art.
Deedee and I were talking, just saying it'd be really great to have really strong women's show, because there's so many men out there who have their artwork out, and I don't know, for whatever reason, because they put themselves out there more, or I really don't know what it is, but for some reason you see these giant group shows and there'll be 10% women or less.
Historically, it's that way in galleries and in museums. There's just a higher ratio of men to women with their artwork on the walls. So I think that was like another reason why.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's that men get chosen over women, or there aren't as many women fighting for that spot. And I don't know, because I've played with art. I love art. I love to look at art, but Deedee's more the true artist who I think would die if she couldn't do it. That you might be able to speak to that, because I always wonder, like, is it that women aren't grabbing for it as much? Because I see men grab for it all the time, and maybe it's because I have a gallery.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple reasons. Like, I was talking with my friend the other day, we were talking about that documentary on New York women artists, and a lot of them, you know, said they had to choose, like, do I want to have a family or do I want to make art? And, you know, I think it's like a really hard question for women to answer, because it is like a really time consuming and really like hard, you know, what's the word, like commitment. I think it's a microcosm of the, you know, of the greater socioeconomic system, you know, where women in the 60s tried to make a profound change, and they did. They really, you know, had a really strong movement, and I don't necessarily think it's been completely reversed, but we're, you know, I think we were just trying to, you know, balance the playing field.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself an artist, so because things with a theme, it's really hard for me to find some kind of philosophical argument to defend my pieces, because I'm kind of just more like a craftsperson. I just make stuff that I like to make. But with this show, it was kind of really special, because I actually got married when I was like 18, and it was a really kind of abusive relationship, and I ended up going to a battered women's shelter. For the show, I was kind of trying to think of a way to incorporate things that might be associated with feminine items, and I kind of thought that glass could be a good symbolism of how fragile but strong women can be. I relate more to night animals, and the severed appendages are kind of, one is representing the wedding ring, kind of the engagement ring, gold finger, and the other one's has some jewelry on the ear. So it was trying to explore women's jewelry and how it translates to women, and how it can kind of look silly if, I mean, if there was a severed finger on the ground and it had a ring on it. I mean, it would be not very, I guess it would be kind of scary, but it would also seem kind of funny.
I chose work that worked with this idea of women being part of the art world and being part of the community, and also supporting the Women's Downtown Center in Los Angeles. And a lot of the subject matter that I deal with are struggles, and they're not just for females, but for everybody. But I use female characters in my work for the most part, and I concentrate a lot on prevailing through hard times and conquering inner struggles and goals and coming out on the other side. I want it to feel uplifting, but real, and I want people to like really just look at my work and hope to connect to it on some level and feel some strength from it, and kind of relate to that. There's this one common thread, I think, with all of us, which is daily struggles that you have the choice whether they bring you down or you can, get through them and find a way to get through them. Is kind of what I illustrate and what I want to represent in my work.